know, as an aside, shout out to the Hungrybox for you know, we used to call this like 70-30.
Yeah.
And now it's like, but he beats every Fox, so. And the game's been out for 15 years, so, you know, you'd think people would know the matchup by now.
You would think so.
You'd think so, but oh my God, not like this!
Not like this. Ben is sitting
Bible
in the...
thumb.
Yeah.
IPL 6. That is rough, dude. You don't want to start it off with an SD.
No. Looking like Joey.
Which Joey?
Lucky.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday. Where Lucky...
Oh, yeah, okay, jeez, yeah.
Did
wow.
that twice.
Right.
But you know, like we talked about, the stocks definitely matter in this matchup. But there's just so much volatility that, you know, if Armada really is gonna, you know, basically play better this game. I mean, he definitely has given a lot of leeway away, but it's definitely doable.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Call that a bit of a vertical dash dance. Kind of jumped over the grab, came down, and whip punished. I like that. And
a really nice timing from Armada to do that. You know, he basically up threw and like Hungrybox DI'd pretty hard away.
Yeah.
And it just felt like his up air was on top of the puff. Like there, you know, he would have had to smash DI really, really hard to get out.
Right.
Good stall, but Hungrybox ready for it.
H-Box a master.
Yeah.
At the edge guard.
Preserving his full stock lead.
Yep.
Oh.
So yeah, you know, we saw from Mango a very explosive, in-your-face, aggressive style, and when H-Box sort of fights by the ledge, Mango's like, you know what, I will see you over there. Chill out and I'll be there in 1 second, and I will fight you on your turf.
Yeah.
You know, by the ledge, where it's very dangerous for Fox. You know, he gets a back there, that's scary. Armada, you know, we're used to seeing from him a more like, you know, calmer, sort of laid-back sort of play style where he kind of takes to the middle of the stage. You know, and kind of plays the long game a little bit. You know, he doesn't try to fight H-Box on his own terms.
Yeah.
Right now, I gotta say, he's actually going in a lot. You know, could be because he's playing from behind, so you know he sort of knows the ball is in his court.
What an edge guard by Hungrybox. I mean, that was systematic. That was on point. All right. So Hungrybox with more than a stock lead.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow, gets popped up from that jab, but Armada with the follow up, and that's going to do it.
That was nice.
Yeah.
All right, so you know, you're looking at this, and if you factor out the side B SD, this was an even game, but...
Yeah.
Oh!
Armada coming alive.
What a combo!
That was like 2 hits of...
2 hits of forward air, drop down air, up smash, 0 to 54.
Wait, is that going to be it?
Wow!
Yeah, he reads a double jump.
Yes.
Hungrybox double jumps
much more difficult to read the double jump on a character that has I guess it's even erroneous to say double, right? Yeah. It's really double, triple, quadruple, quintuple, sextuple, but yeah, it's hard to read that double jump on a character that can do it anywhere and more than once. But Armada gets it, and oh, and what an answer! Is H-Box still gonna get the kill though? Does he get off this?
Not yet.
Wow!
It's still a chance.
Oh my God, and that's it! In spite of the beautiful presence of mind from Armada who shines spike, H-Box says, I am still out here. Taking game 1 off Armada in Grand Finals.
But, you know, probably Armada feeling okay about that loss.
Right.
Definitely a very, very uncharacteristic.
No, you look at how he played the first stop, where he immediately side beat and did literally nothing, and any Fox player in the building would have done a better job than him. Versus how he did on the last stop, where he did some of the most insane stuff I have seen. You know, from that one, you know, 0 to 54 combo on the top platform to the shine spike counter edge guard, and you know, what I look at that and I'm thinking, okay, he's coming hot.
Yeah, and really nice spacing from Hungrybox here. You know, he keeps baiting Armada into doing those like nairs, and he's just wave dashing back and grabbing. We're finding a lot of grabs through, you know, just kind of like wave dashing back and through the crouch cases. Hungrybox shadow boxing.
Yup, Armada looking to scout his landing with an up smash right now. H-Box not biting.
Dodging all the lasers.
It's hard to, you know, what you want to do. What? He undershoots empty lands, and, you know, Armada's like, all right, dash dance grab time. And dash dance grab turns into dash dance get grabbed. Hungrybox with all kinds of baits right now. You know, Puff does not have the best ground game. Very, you know, mediocre run speed, you know, dash dance animation. Yeah. But he outplayed a Fox on the ground. And that's a testament to just, you know, how far H-Box has pushed his character. Ooh. All right, what's Armada got? Laser, and he's got the tree to his wall right. Tree to his back right now. Yeah. That's pretty good because, you know, even if he gets like rest or something, you just tech the tree, survive. Okay.
Trying into, oh yeah, he's reading the roll away.
That roll away, yeah.
So he loses some positioning there, you know.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, the phantom hit,
back air.
AKA the Neon hit.
He did up smash. That was a running dash attack. I don't know if that's really what he wanted to do. It looked like up smash would have done it there.
Yeah, maybe not. Okay. Armada coming in from above. Tries to get the connection into up smash, doesn't quite get it. Hungrybox looking for a crouch cancel and a forward smash. Armada trying to scout his double jump again with the up air. Neither player getting what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, jab up smash used to be, you know, something that we talked about as like, you know, something that should be just removed from the game because it's too powerful.
Right.
Puff crouch cancels that jab, you know.
Right, crouch cancels are like DI's up and then you can air dodge out. And there's Armada who's a little bit out of range.
Yeah, really great spacing by Armada actually. Like the presence of mind was pretty much, you know, you're not gonna hit the buttons.
There's the bait. He's saying, you know what? I'm gonna be over here. You know, if you side B into me, your stock is gone, and he gets it. Armada maybe thinking that HBox was gonna go for a call out on an up B and side Bs instead, and that's exactly what HBox wants.
That was so close.
I actually thought he was dead.
Yeah, that was super close. Armada going for the back airs.
Yep.
Wants to keep this percent low. Oh, what's Hungrybox gonna do?
Rest!
Yes! The very last active frame of that pound.
Yeah, I feel like that was a weak pound almost.
Yeah.
Armada, maybe with a little bit better DI to the left side, he could have gone out of that combo situation. We saw Mango, you know, HBox went for that exact sequence on Mango once, didn't work. Went for it once, worked. Went for it the second time, didn't work. But yeah, you know, right now, HBox up 2 games. 1 game away from resetting the bracket, setting Armada to losers. And this is Final Destination right now.
Yeah,
Ooh,
FD, huge stage.
A little surprised he can go for an up air off of that down tilt pop-up. And this is a stage where, you know, Fox not only does he have a lot of room to run around, play the long game, laser camp, rack up the damage, but a lot of the little mix-ups, the little setups, I should say, that Puff has off of the platform reads are gone.
Yeah.
And, you know, Fox's combos are still really solid here. If you get a launcher into like a nair, something at low percent, that's like, you could get like a 50 damage combo pretty easily. So this is really scary for Puff.
And Armada playing much safer.
Yeah, for sure. He's backing off, shooting the gun.
Yeah, I mean, Hungrybox missed a pound just a moment ago, and you know, Armada didn't even opt to really go for a punish there.
Right.
And just, you know, instead, like, you know, continues to dance around Hungrybox. Well placed up tilt by HBox. Yep. Just wave dash down to bait out a reaction from Armada. What's he got?
Wow.
Yeah, going up.
Yeah, HBox floating right at a place where he's like, okay, I can cover 1 of 2 things, down or up. On your up B, what you're gonna do. And Armada made the right choice. That was a really scary 50-50 from Hungrybox. Was that hard read on a roll? What was that?
I have no idea.
Crazy stuff. Armada not falling for it, and he gets the upper kill.
Yeah, and you know, you'll notice Armada kind of just held the grab for just a little bit. You know,
yeah,
probably baiting out that DI.
Right.
Or throwing off the DI of Hungrybox. Just putting one more thing in your mental stack.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, one more, you know, little piece of memory that you have to keep track of.
Yeah. Ooh. I think that was actually a pretty sick up smash on reaction by Hungrybox, but Armada somehow a step ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, good grab. Is that gonna be?
Yeah.
Wow.
Looking like it.
The firepower of Fox.
Yes.
Now Armada up 2 stocks to 1. Okay. Wow.
Up throw up air.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Did he crouch cancel that and still got grabbed? Yeah. Tomahawk a little bit obvious. Armada sniffs it out. Wow, and that's going to be it. 3 stock on FD.
Yeah, commanding game on Final Destination. Maybe that was the counter pick.
But you know, I mean, this is kind of the same thing as what we're going to see, where, you know, Armada basically got to try one counter pick and the other.
Right.
And, you know, the counter picks can be so huge that they really do change the outcome by that many stocks.
Yeah.
So now we're going to see 2 counter picks from Hungrybox.
It also feels like a little bit of intel. You know, he's got a second set to work with, right, Armada?
Yep.
So that's information, right? He's like, okay, so I guess FD is the stage that I'm probably just going to beat him on.
Yep.
If I can, you know, play anything like I did in the winter set.
Probably expect to see him pick that. Oh, wow, that jab grab was nuts.
Ooh! Hungrybox smashed the eyes out of the go up there, which is good. But then he's got to come down. You know, he's not out of the woods yet, right? And then Armada is ready for him with an up smash. Hard read. HBox not either not able or just not willing to double jump out of there.
Look at the respect of these 2 players, by the way. Just shielding in front of each other and both rolling, you know, in towards the stage. In synchronicity. Wow, Armada does not go for the up air right away. Instead, he wave landed on the platform and then drags Hungrybox down. Yeah. That was actually so sick.
A read on his movement. Reset to neutral into, you know, just a... And that's something that people did not really latch onto until Mango started doing it to HBox like maybe 3 years ago.
And Armada making a real play right now for taking this tournament from the winner's side.
Right, yeah, because
Hungrybox was just up 2-0.
Yeah, and he was looking pretty solid.
Do we got a 4-stock? Do I got a 4-stock on my hands? At EVO 2016 Grand Finals?
I don't know, man.
At EVO 2016 Grand Finals?
See what Hungrybox has to say about it.
Armada playing super nice right now. Very, very hard for Hungrybox to get a hand on him.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and yeah, Armada, he's just not giving HBox anything, and that's the Hungrybox right there, man. When you hit him with the back air, they stubbornly jump into your next back air. Armada's, you know, telling HBox, let me just give you a taste of your own medicine. Please jump into my foot again. This is exactly what it's like.
Hungrybox with the tech that killed Mango, the down air to grab.
Yeah, HBox with a little bit of a chuckle and says, all right, cool, no 4-stock.
Cool. JV?
Oh, you won't.
You won't?
Nah, you won't. Oh. All right, jab into read double jump.
Yeah.
No dice. No dice, but it's fine.
Good crouch cancel by Armada. Wait a minute, though. Wait just a minute.
What's he got?
Really good DI by Armada, actually, right there. It's not enough, and this has become doable for Hungrybox.
Yeah.
But not with that DI.
Yeah. I mean, doable, but like, still really bad.
Do you know how many people enter this tournament? I don't know off the top of my head. Do you know total?
2,000 plus.
2,000 plus bodies piled up. And at the very top, these two gentlemen.
Yes.
Hungrybox, Armada, Grand Finals, Game 5. Yeah, make some noise for Armada if you want to see EVO 2016 and right now with this Game 5. And I ask you, if you want to see some more Super Smash Bros. Melee, if you want to see the reset, if you want to see it go down to the very end, make some noise for Hungrybox. Here we go, Game 5.
Jigglypuff versus Fox. They're back on Battlefield.
Yeah,
this is the Battlefield. Yeah, because you know he lost on Dreamland, and a lot of the time I'm thinking, okay, sure, run it back. That's a great stage for Puff in the matchup, but Armada beat him so bad that HBox said, you know what? Let's just take it to Battlefield.
Yeah, let's not make the stage that
see
big.
me on the streets.
Yeah. Battlefield definitely, you know, like I said a minute ago, the Goldilocks stage.
Right. So in a lot of ways, feels like just the sort of classic. A lot of, you know, there's a sort of tradition in the Melee community. A lot of times at the start of the set, you know, you have stage striking, but sometimes one player will just say to the other, yo, let's just start on Battlefield.
Yeah.
That's where, you know, that's the most neutral stage in the matchup.
It really is.
Anyway, so let's do it.
So we're going to start on Battlefield. We're going to end on Battlefield.
Here we are.
And, you know, Hungrybox is basically saying he's going to sacrifice a little bit of survivability, but what he's going to get in return is he's not going to have as big of a gap to close when he wants to approach Armada.
Yeah, or combo. I mean, you know, the platforms are pretty nice here. The ledges actually, you know, they take away some of Fox's recovery options.
Yeah.
There's no wall to ride for your up B. You see those crispy Mewtwo King angles sometimes where he sort of, you know, like slowly rides up the wall with like a really low angle. You can't do that on Battlefield. There's no wall to ride.
Yeah. Great smash DI just a moment ago from Hungrybox, keeping his stock.
Yup.
These guys are here to play.
These
guys are here to play. Armada with the first stop.
Jab up smash. All right, what we got? Hungrybox with the empty jump grab. Forward air zip. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Armada.
Maybe double jump forward air?
He might have thought he landed. He definitely didn't.
Okay. And Hungrybox hit him with the forward air and then just drifted away. Armada has been doing a lot of crouch cancel shines to kind of like switch the momentum.
Right.
Crouch cancel kind of our form of armor.
Yeah, right. It's
where you get to turn the tides.
It's pretty percent dependent because you got to be at a low enough percent to actually utilize it. And Armada, one thing a piece of tech we've seen from him lately is the down tilt actually in this matchup. And you kind of get that set up too. You know, when you're holding down to crouch cancel, sometimes you get a down tilt punish, which is really, really good as a launcher. And we saw him use it to great effect versus Hungrybox last year at EVO. But right now, he's just playing outside of him. Another read on the double jump. getting jabbed, you know, getting jabbed as Puff sucks, right?
Yes, it
It,
sucks.
it sucks. Like it's like, okay, well, he could up
I'm
smash
just gonna
me.
keep it real.
I can jump out of here, but that's not great either. And Armada is more than willing to remind Hungrybox of that very fact. Armada with all the offense right now. He's got center stage. He's not really playing in any scary situations. And unlike Mango, who kind of goes right to the ledge when Hungrybox is trying to draw him in, Armada's staying, you know, maybe like a roll length away from that and just kind of trying to wall Hungrybox out with back airs. And it feels like a really stable style of offense right here. There's a great coverage of the side clap from Hungrybox. What's he going to get here? Does he get a KO? Little fast, I think, on the drop down forwarder, but I like the idea.
Armada building up just ever so slightly more percent, bringing Hungrybox closer and closer to KO percent. What is Hungrybox going to do if he wants to keep this loser's run alive, where he's clawed through the loser's bracket, through this whole top 8? Is Armada going to end his run? Armada, ooh, okay.
I love weak nair as a combo starter, and there is Hungrybox. He's saying, I love it too. Tying it up in 2 stocks apiece.
Yeah, that was that juicy DI too, right? Where he got hit, and he was going to be in his time for a minute. Oh, he just runs up and does it.
That's a little too fast to react to. 9 times out of 10, you got to read that.
What's Armada doing? He's just sitting there. He was just sitting there crouching.
But he takes away, and he's looking for something. But at a low enough percent where he doesn't really get, you know, too screwed over for doing it. Nice run on power shield on the back air. Really nice, crispy ground movement from Armada. There's the crouch cancel again into a shine.
He's going to get this stock.
Yeah, right. Now it's at too high percent to really utilize it. He's going to get knocked down if he takes another hit like that.
He definitely just took it back there. He must know the percent's, you know,
pretty nice.
Slightly better than Bobby Scar.
It's fine.
And there it is.
These things happen.
Crouch cancel. Yeah.
I think the general idea was there. You know, maybe the numbers aren't.
Talking from my heart, Toph.
Yeah, I hear you, dude.
I don't have the spreadsheet.
I hear you, dude.
I don't play like that.
Yeah, but Armada's got it all mapped out. So and right now,
what a
wow, just, wave dash back and do it. One more of those at this percent? Or like maybe 2 more lasers? I don't even. Oh, yeah.
All right,
now,
Evo
sure.
2016 is on the line right now.
Yes.
One more big hit from Armada is going to end this tournament.
Yeah, no, oh my God.
Oh, he just goes for it.
Notably, Rest is kind of out of play right now because if he rests Armada.
Ooh, Hungrybox looking shaky right now.
Smash takes out of the up air. Armada trying to hunt him down from below. Not going to happen quite yet.
Got a bit of a scramble going on.
Yes, there's in. No combo.
What's going to happen?
Armada playing so patient. Hungrybox knows he's got to play just as patient. He can't give him anything right now because he's got 2 stocks to take.
Great spacing by Armada, but Hungrybox is...
Oh, wow.
And he gets up the ledge. Oh, there was an air dodge.
And this
no
is,
punish.
Yeah, way too high percent to get anything off up though, but that back air is probably going to close up the stock. Yep.
Probably.
Easy stuff for Hbox. Is he going to reset the bracket or is Armada just going to close it out right here? Let's go.
Hungrybox just a tournament winner. The pressure's on.
Playing around each other right now. Armada not giving him anything. Not
but he gets hit.
He gets...
That could be it.
To reset the bracket.
The reset.
Reads the double jump. Waits out the air dodge. And Armada, he's got to play 1 more set. Hungrybox sitting back down. What a sequence from Hungrybox.
My God. This set is back and forth with a strong opening statement from Hungrybox taking 2 games, making it look like it's lights out 3-0. Armada taking 2 games, making it look like no, those first 2 were a fluke.
Yes.
Game 3, Armada with a demanding lead, and Hungrybox clawing it back. Here we are, set 2.
Yes. You know, and I guess it just bears mentioning, I sort of mentioned how Mango, one thing that really impresses me when he plays Hbox is he's kind of the only Fox I feel like he's always playing the exact same style. He never goes up to where he's like, you know, I see SFAT, you know, Lucky, where they'll go up and they'll have a 0% to 100%, you know, percent lead, and then Hbox just claws it through with like a 10 trap and a rest because they start playing really, really defensive and suddenly they're not willing to take any risks anymore.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like that's kind of what happened there, man.
Hungrybox definitely can smell fear.
Yes.
I don't know what fear smells like. I'll need to ask him someday.
Right.
But I have no doubt in my mind that he's got a sense for it.
Absolutely.
Where, you know, exactly what you're saying, I think, you know, as soon as someone changes, you know, the way that the little decisions they make, he is all over it. I mean, how many times have we seen that exact thing happen? Hungrybox at 100+%. And still able to take that last set.
Right, and that was not a guaranteed combo by any stretch of the imagination. That was like a read and a half. Actually, that was like 2 reads and a half. Maybe it was just 2 reads.
Yeah.
It's probably exactly 2. 2.0 reads.
We're gonna tap over to crunch the numbers for us later.
Thanks, dude.
All right, Armada playing pretty much in the center stage.
Yep.
Putting some light pressure on. Hungrybox just rolls away.
Yeah, situation that seems to be cropping up a lot where Hungrybox is shielding, to that backer right there, and then kind of like rolls away, wave dashes away. One thing we saw from Mango is very willing to take huge risks in that situation to go for raw up smashes to kind of, catch the movement out. But it's scary, right? Because
Is he involved?
if you go for the wrong move there, Hbox can just, turn it right around with a rest out of shield or something like that. So.
And actually, really great DI just there from Hungrybox on that up air from Armada where he couldn't actually follow up.
Right.
He only got 13% off of the rest punch.
There it is again, by the way. Hbox shielding Armada's aerial approach from above and then just rolling away. Remember there was a set recently where I saw Lucky, and Lucky was actually doing a really good job reading Hbox's rolls in those exact situations, and he got a lot of mileage out of it. And it'd be interesting to see how Armada adapts to that.
Oh, is that going to be a
Tech trap, there it is!
That's the Prince of Boo.
Yeah, that's the classic. You want to press L to tech the up throw. Why is it the Prince of Boo?
I think just because I'm a masochist.
I am so down to call anything the Prince Abu.
Yeah. It just feels insulting to call that the Prince of Boo, actually.
Does it?
Yeah, because I feel like Hungrybox has been doing that forever.
Yeah, I hear you.
Literally invented it.
Wow! No!
Stairway to Heaven?
Stairway to Heaven.
That felt unfair.
That is one of the few things as a Fox man where I do it and I feel kind of dirty. Like,
yeah. That, and then when you're just recovering and you pop him up and you
yeah, but then I think about all the times that Fox kind of kills himself and how Armada started the set by side being off the stage, and I'm like, well, whatever, it bounces out.
What a Fox name.
Oh!
Wow! Delivering on the promise of this set, just going to be back and forth. So us sitting here, we basically have no idea what's going to happen.
Right.
Who cares if you have a 3-stock to 1 lead? You know what I'm saying? Who cares if you're out playing into the neutral?
Right.
Who cares if your punishes look good?
That's Fox Puff, dude.
Yes.
That's the nature of the beast.
Oh.
Oh, what do we got? Rest, the opposite of a tech trap.
But guess what, Toph?
What's up?
Apparently this doesn't matter.
I hear you, dog. I hear you, dude.
Full stock, but guess what? I have no idea who's going to win.
And that's the thing about Fox Puff. The stocks just fly. There's so many ways.
Yeah.
50 ways to leave your lover.
That's kind of the glass cannon nature, right, of Fox.
Yeah.
Where when he gets touched, he gets really hurt, but especially in the hands of someone with a tech skill.
Yep.
And with the understanding of
knowledge, intelligence,
yes,
integrity,
heart,
and the reads.
They can make it happen.
Yeah.
Off of any hit.
Oh
wow,
my God!
what a read.
Speaking of the reads,
yes. Armada sensing that Hungrybox wanted that ledge,
right?
And he just throws out a forward smash. Wow, and he got behind. So I don't actually understand how forward B works there, where sometimes it feels kind of arbitrary whether you go, whether a move sends you back the way you came, or if you go behind. But
ooh, the drop back there.
Hits him with that one laser.
I think it looks so funny. It looks so funny when Jigglypuff has to do all her double jumps to get back. She's like, oh,
yeah.
All right, I got the kill. Let me make it back.
That looked like it was supposed to be a turnaround up tilt.
Right.
Ended up getting a turnaround up angled
forward tilt. Yeah. Oh my God! Oh my God! Why jab reset rest when you can just do that? Ugh.
What a display!
That was brutal. Okay, I like he did the wave dash back down tilt. Armada working in a little bit more of those now.
Good match out by Hungrybox. Don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Okay.
Gets grabbed out of up smash.
Yeah,
up smash pretty slow startup. So.
Yeah, relatively speaking. I mean, it's still a fast move, but we saw the startup frames, and there we have it. So.
But it's definitely not Shine where you can just kind of spot dodge and then up smash. You'll expect that it's going to win. Oh.
Gets out.
Great smash. I landed or spacing. But.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it's just sort of the relative positioning of the characters that causes that to happen.
All right. Let's see. Whoa.
Wow, drill grab turns into drill to get grab. Hungrybox actually smashed the eye and grabbing on what looked like the first possible frame. So sick. Run in power shield. Armada really, still with really impressive ground footwork here.
And able to get around the edge guard of Hungrybox. Hungrybox's edge guard is so powerful.
Yeah.
Just like that. Hungrybox has all his jumps. Ooh, he gives up the ledge.
Ballsy fastball there to sort of steal the ledge from Hungrybox.
1-1. Set 2.
Set 2. This is close to over. We're so close to having our champion. Basically a best of 3 away from deciding if Armada will have the 2-peat or if Hungrybox will win his first EVO Championship title here at the largest Melee tournament in the world in history. And we're on Finalist Nation though. We did see what Armada was able to do on this stage.
It was a massacre, Toph. It was brutal.
It was a 3-star.
But that was actually so sick. Armada just barely sneaking under the hitbox of Hungrybox and hitting with an up tilt.
Right.
Wow.
And I think he canceled his run with the crouch. I think he did run crouch up tilt, which is kind of a neat little way to to sneak in and do it, because you can't up tilt straight out of run, right? So.
Armada looking for a shine spike.
Yup. Not quite getting it. Okay.
He was trying to get back
There
to
it
the stage,
is.
but he couldn't.
Yep.
He used too many jumps.
And
you know, kind of throwing out those forward airs.
Worth remarking upon is the fact that it's not easy to get that forward smash on the ledge, because Jigglypuff can kind of opt to go to the ledge at any one of her given jumps, but as her jumps continue, they get lesser and lesser in terms of the height you get off them. Her later jumps have less height on the earlier ones, so the more jumps she uses, the more likely it is that she will have to retire to the ledge at some point to get her jumps back, and that's what Armada is playing upon. It's a little bit of matchup knowledge that PPMD actually talked about back on the boards a long time ago when he was really dissecting the Hungrybox matchup.
Funny that you say the Hungrybox matchup, because that's really what matters.
That's really
right?
what it is.
The first Puff matchup is it's a totally different beast if you're talking about it in the general case.
Right.
Hungrybox is really able to take this character and transform it into a real threat.
Yeah. Yeah, where we
one of the few solo mains, right?
Right.
I don't think
we had any other Jigglypuff in top 32, 64, maybe even. So that's saying something when we have this.
Definitely not 32. I did look. Wow, jab up smash or up air. Is that as hard as it looks? Where it's like once you get the jab.
Oh, me on hit.
Oh. Racking up the percent.
Wow. The offense from Armada right now. Keeping HBox grounded. I like the combo style where you sort of carry.
Oh,
what?
Armada, you're a
what?
madman.
You're a beast.
You're
a
nuts.
beast.
You're nuts.
You're nuts.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
I've never even thought to do that.
No, that was so sick.
I've never
so that was basically he got hit into the wall.
Yes, tech shined.
And shined.
And
really,
I kind of sort of should have got a kill off of it, but he gets it anyway. He gets the pickup, weak near to up smash. And this game is looking almost as dominant as the one in the first grand final set.
Guess what, Toph?
Drill, a side grab. Yeah, what's up, dude?
I was gonna say it doesn't matter, but it might matter this time. It might matter this time.
Yeah. Oh, and again, 3 seconds pass, and Hungrybox is at death percent.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh. What's he got? Set up to read a jump, but Hungrybox a little too far away. And Armada just, oh my god, picking him apart. Lands 4 lasers in a row. Look at the damage he's getting off the gun.
Double jab.
Yeah. Wow. HBox weathering the storm at 139. I don't think you can crouch cancel much later than that.
And that stock on FD.
Yeah, Armada looking poised right now. Calm and composed, ready to take the last game he needs to become the 2-time EVO champion.
And you know what? I mean, in my brain, I'm thinking to myself, questionable decision to go back to Dreamland. This is the stage where, we were talking about a 4-stock.
Sure, but I mean,
a lot of room to run.
On paper,
yeah.
still a strong level for Puff here. I guess the alternative, might be found in Dreams. A lot of Puffs seem to like that level. But here we are. Let's see if Armada can make a repeat of his last performance on the stage in this matchup. Armada with really good placement of his aerials, kind of cutting through the trajectory that HBox wants to take through the air, sort of carving out a flight plan for himself.
The other thing you have to wonder is Hungrybox going to run out of juice at some point soon? Coming from the loser's bracket with a close set versus Mango, a close set versus Glove. Wow! And really just clawing back that last set from Armada, kind of like stole it from out underneath him.
Yeah.
So I wonder, can he keep it up?
Oh my god! And that rest is extremely painful.
Okay. All right. I guess that happened.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
For Hungrybox.
Ooh, that was actually a really sick empty jump grab. I did
Wow.
not expect.
Yeah, and Hungrybox
H
trying to call Armada's recovery to the ledge there, but Armada goes straight and kind of clips him and burns him. And it's these little things that are just really annoying and frustrating when you're saying, you know, right now I just need to close on your stock and prevent you from getting an even bigger lead, but Armada is just hanging on. Kind of similar to, you know, exactly.
I mean, he's built a career on this.
Kind of weird to talk about it in the context of his Fox versus Jigglypuff, but that's exactly what's going on.
He's actually, he's surviving so hard.
That was kind of the opposite of what we saw. So he just wall-tanked the up B and forwarded Armada off of that. Similar situation to the wall-tech shine we saw in the last match. All right. They're dancing around each other. Armada sort of playing that same really patient, you know, back air heavy style that he really seems to be falling back on when he's got a lead. Yeah,
Hungrybox just kind of hovering over, you know, wants to see what happens.
Yeah, looking for something with Jigglypuff, you know, not a very fast character in situations like that.
Kind of just needs to look for the mistake of Armada. Oh, and that jab back air is going to close out the second stock of Hungrybox. Armada will lead in both the set and this game. This is tournament point for Armada. Hungrybox just keeping his space.
Yes. Ooh, what a wake up forward tilt.
Kind of drawing a line in whatever that sand-like pathway is on the stage, saying this is my space. Ooh, Armada with a tournament winner. Maybe intentional. Given Hungrybox's positioning, he was grounded at the moment. Oh, this is scary.
Oh, wow. Good recovery from Armada. He instant side Bs. Doesn't even use his double jump to recover.
What a jab. Oh, but he just barely goes over that forward smash. Good idea by Hungrybox, but bad execution.
Yes.
Just kidding. It was absolutely just fine.
Yeah.
Armada was just a step ahead.
Again, there's Armada, you know, coming in, poking Hungrybox's shield in the back here, and Hungrybox rolling out. A situation we see again and again.
Where's Alex 19 when you need him? The Dreamland
Come on,
coming
guys.
Out. Alex! It's an inside joke.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
oh no!
I think he stayed in SoCal for this one, and this is gonna be a rest! All right, what do we got here? Charge up smash?
Armada had the lead all game, now it's tied up. Hungrybox with such a clutch up throw sequence. 0% to 0%, game 4, anybody's game at this point.
Yes, but tournament game for Armada.
On Hungrybox's counter pick, which Armada has demonstrated that he can win on.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, and he's still got a lead. Sneaking in, coming down with these, you know, pretty safe back airs where if it hits, cool, you know, 30%, whatever. If it doesn't hit, he's out of there, he's fine. And he's racking up the damage.
Yes, lots of damage. Hungrybox cannot feel comfortable right now. Misses the waveland.
He's slowly encroaching upon up smash percentage. Looking for an up smash, looking for a crouch cancel. Hungrybox is off stage. What's he gonna get here?
Everything's so tense. Throwing up that up smash from Armada.
Yes,
so scary.
Here comes Armada.
Really nuts DI. He went so far from that weak hit in air.
Yeah. Armada playing the vertical game. Crouch cancels into a shine. Not a KO move. Oh, what's he gonna get? And the rest!
Game 5! He missed the first rest opportunity.
We see it again and again. Yeah, that's
this
right.
had to go to a game 5.
Yes.
There's no choice. But one crucial difference, it is Armada's counter pick, and we are going to Pokemon Stadium. This is where, despite the fact that this is a great matchup for Fox on the stage, this is exactly where we saw Hungrybox in Mango's run.
Right, yeah,
same
absolutely.
Matchup, same stage, same situation. Yes. Both players on set point here at EVO 2016.
But I mean, we've seen, you know, that these players are able to outplay each other on their opponent's counter picks. But in spite of that, you know, Armada, he knows what he's doing, and he's got.
What is this tech chase?
I love the. He
monstrous.
Probably could have just up thrown there instead of going for the extra pummel, but I really like how he went for down throws to rack up damage instead of doing an immediate up throw, where an up throw wouldn't even have KO because he was in like the low 40s range. He knew he needed just a little bit more damage. So good decision making from Armada. Okay, wake up shine.
Can we just talk about what is on the line here? I mean, we were just talking at the the pre-Evo show that these two players in particular, you know, Mango for sure, if he got the pre-Evo, that would have been a big deal, but it's between these two, and Armada wants to tie up the count of Evos. I mean, that's like the one thing that will, you know, that he can kind of, he really wants that to trophy case.
He can take Mango's, you know, you know, 2 times Evo emote and sort of say, look, man, copy paste it. I get one too.
Yeah, and I mean,
where you at?
this is like his whole legacy on the line here if he makes this happen.
Right.
On the other hand, Hungrybox, a player who has been in the community for years and years and years.
Right,
who has been Mr. Second Place
exactly.
for years and years, and 2016 has been his year, where he's been taking home first place after first place.
Right.
Evo, the biggest tournament ever.
That's
Who's
right.
going to be the person who can say, you know what? I hear all the commendations
All
for
the
everybody
hubbub.
else. Hey, I hear the hubbub. I hear your facts, but guess what? See me in the biggest tournament of all time.
When it really counts.
There
Yeah.
is so much on the line for these two players.
Right. Oh, what a scary place to tech, the little tree. Okay, Armada not getting KO'd off of what could have been a pretty scary situation given the stage transformation. Hungrybox with really good DI on the back air there. DIing into the far utmost reaches of Pokemon Stadium's blast zone. And Hungrybox with the lead right now, this almost playing the Armada style where he is, okay, he jabs him out of the, either the wave dash back or roll attempt. That was pretty clever. Doesn't get a KO off of it though.
So not quite planking or anything, but Hungrybox is just abusing the ledge mechanics.
Right. Ooh.
Wow.
Gets a pop-up with the jab, but again, into nothing because of where Hungrybox is positioning himself on the level. He's so content to just sit off stage right now.
Armada
Pull Armada in.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yep, jab back air. 3 stocks apiece. Percent does not really matter.
It starts to here. But of course, Armada, if we see one of those explosive stocks from again,
yeah.
Good recovery from Armada, not even opting to use his up air side beam. Where are we going? Hungrybox gets the KO.
Not a great jump from Armada, and Hungrybox all over that. If you're careless with your double jump, Hungrybox is just going to take it.
Yeah, all day.
All right,
but
big damage.
Yeah, just like that, this is an up-throw away from a dead even match. See what Armada's got. Hungrybox, playing very conservatively. He's got to grab. What does he get here? The classic Armada again looking not too ready for it. Ooh. He's going to get the up smash, but he's still down a whole stock.
This could be it. Did Hungrybox claw? Ooh, that's so huge! Ah!
And is he going to go for the rest?
So much damage. That is so much damage.
Hungrybox playing it safe. He just he takes the big combo. Says, okay, I'm not gonna go for the set ender just yet, but I'm looking real nice right now.
Hungrybox playing too nice.
What does Armada have? It looks like the offense, the wind that was in his sails these earlier matches seems to be all Hungrybox's game right now. Does he have the edge guard? Smash dash out of the drill. Crouch cancels the grab.
Armada's gonna need a miracle. He's gonna need a miracle, Toph.
What's
Armada
he got?
fans better be putting all their energy up into the skies.
Yes. Nail up there. That'll do it. Armada's got one last chance at life.
All of your energy must go to the skies. Whose ears this?
Ooh! Eats a back air. This is big. He recovers. Tournament winner.
And Hungrybox presses forward on the gray stick, and that's the end of Evo 2016. Hungrybox put a miraculous win in set 1 of Grand Finals, and able to beat Armada on such strong counterpick stages of Fox. That went to the very, 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 very end.
Not only that, but the very, very, very end of the first set and the second set of Grand Finals. With Armada looking like he was just going to take it all with a 3-0 comeback in the first set of Grands. Hungrybox with the clutchest of comebacks to reset the bracket. And then a neck and neck second set of Grand Finals all the way to the bitter end.
And the book of who is the best of all time in Melee is open as wide as possible.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Where Hungrybox in 2016 has just kind of like, he's just opened the can of worms, man.
So big for Hungrybox right now. This is his moment.
You can't call it for Mango, you can't call it for Armada.
Absolutely not.
Hungrybox. But I mean, what a statement. What a year this man has had. Congratulations to Hungrybox for really, taking Jigglypuff, a character that's really we do not consider to be the top tier.
Right, and getting knocked into losers as early as winners semis, tearing through the end of the top 8.
What an Evo 2016. I want to say that it's been an honor to be able to share this top 8 with all of you at home and with all of our top 8 players and all of the 2,000 who have entered this tournament.
Yes.
our community has been around for a real long time.
Yeah,
we
our
are
game has
almost
been
at the
around for a
point
long
where if
time.
our game walks into a bar, you know, it's like it's almost going to be able to order a drink on its own.
That's
I
right.
think it may have its driver's license at this
I think
point.
right. I think driver's license.
At least
yeah.
its permit.
Right.
And after Evo 2013, when we made it back, this is our 5th year, as we saw in the introduction. But you know, our first big year back was 2013, and
Yes.
I mean, we really appreciate all of the viewership, all of the new fans, all the members of the Melee family. 2016 biggest tournament ever, and we hope to continue that trend year after year.
Yes. What a tournament.
We're about to go into the top 8 ceremony. We're throwing it down on the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, EVO 2016 Smash Melee! In 7th place, give it up for Westball! Also in 7th place, CLG Pew Pew U! In 5th place, S2J! Also in 5th place, Echo Fox MVG Mewtwo King! In 4th place, Mango! And in 3rd, Plop! In 2nd, last year's champion, give it up, Armada! And in 1st place, the new EVO World Champion, Hungrybox!